Hey there, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brittany Bundles, and I am a serial entrepreneur. I've been selling hair extensions since 2013, and on this channel, I just like to share what I've learned. I like to share different experiences, tools, and resources for entrepreneurs. So if you're interested in learning about different platforms that you can use for your hair business, be sure to go ahead and click that thumbs up button. Also, be sure to subscribe if you're not already. I'd love to have you a part of our community, and hit your post notification bell. That way, whenever I upload a video, you are going to be notified. So I'm going to be looking at my phone as a reference just because I don't want to miss out on anything that I intended on covering. The first thing that I want to go over is what you should look for in a website, what you should look for when you're shopping for different e-commerce sites and platforms, and what you should take into consideration. Okay, so one of the things that you should look for is easy navigation, and also a site that allows you to customize it to your liking. Not all sites have the same customizable options. Some sites allow you to add different plugins, different coding to enhance or change up your theme, and others don't. So what I recommend doing is have an idea of how you want the website laid out. How do you want your website to look? If you're thinking to yourself, hey, I have no idea, I don't even know where to start, search some hair companies, okay? And get a feel, click on some websites and get a feel for at least 5 websites that you really like. And then don't mirror them exactly, but figure out like what theme they have. Look at the bottom of the web page. Sometimes it tells you what platform they're hosting their website from, and it kind of gives you an idea of what you can do on that certain platform. Keeping in mind though that some people have different customizable themes that aren't available just by going to that e-commerce site. For example, I've been on Shopify for some years, and the theme that I have on my website is a custom theme. So if you purchase or sign up for Shopify, that theme option doesn't just automatically come up. It's a theme that's coded into my website. So you want to see what you like and figure out exactly what e-commerce platform is going to offer the customizable options that you're comfortable with. Also keep in mind too the functionality. Not every e-commerce platform offers the same functionality. Of course, we want our visitors to have easy navigation. We want the website to load pretty quickly, but you also want a website that's going to give you different options as far as how you want the experience to go. Do you want to be able to have a chat option on your website? Does this company offer that kind of plugin? Do you want to be able to have a pop-up message that invites visitors to sign up for your email mailing list? Does this email or does this e-commerce platform offer that? So really just figuring out like what you want in your website and what company can offer that. So now that I went over that, I also want to go over the fact that you want to look at different payment options, payment methods, payment merchants that the e-commerce platform is offering. If you're wanting to offer like a buy now, pay later option like Klarna, not all websites allow you to advertise or integrate like Klarna advertisements so that people can see Klarna is available at checkout. So one of the reasons that I switched from GoDaddy to Shopify was because as my business continued to grow, Shopify just had more options. They had more apps. There was more that I could do to customize my website and cater to my customers than when I was using GoDaddy. That's not a jab to GoDaddy because I still do use GoDaddy for like my nonprofit website and different services as well. However, what I wanted to do with drop shipping, with Bad Chick Hair, and with growing my email mailing list and just my business in general, I needed to go over to Shopify. I wanted a different website. I wanted a different feel, and that was available on Shopify. Now, Shopify was also more challenging for me to get used to using in the beginning because it was just a lot more options and there was a lot more steps to get my website created than with GoDaddy. GoDaddy was pretty simple in the aspect that all I had to do was really click, like choose a theme, click it, choose the color, and add my products in. It was very simple. Shopify was a little bit more complex. However, the more I worked with it, the more it started to be a little bit more easy and adaptable for me. And then there's also a lot of different resources and videos out there to give you walk by or step-by-step walkthrough processes with Shopify. I have some videos on my playlist too if you're interested in like adding your products or making some updates to your website through Shopify. Let me know and I can leave those videos in the comments. Also, check the mobile feature of the e-commerce platform. because believe it or not, when I would create certain websites on different platforms before I came to Shopify, and this video is not sponsored by Shopify or anything like that, but when I would pull up the mobile site, pull up my site like on my cell phone or tablet, it looked completely different than what I thought it was going to look like. So you also want to make sure that the e-commerce platform you're going with has the mobile functionality and aesthetic that you're looking for when people go to your website. So the first e-commerce platform that I'm going to touch on briefly is Shopify. The pros with Shopify is that it gives you the option to really customize your site. Shopify also has a lot of cool apps that you can add to your store to help with like advertising, to help with different BOGO options, to help you gain email subscribers, to help you stay connected with your customers, like different chats. Shopify just has a lot of different things that you can add, and it's still growing. Shopify just has a lot of cool options. They have a lot more themes. And I personally think it's better for e-commerce. I think it's one of the best for e-commerce businesses. What else? Also, they do have a secure checkout, and they have a really reputable reputation and name. You know, Shopify is very legit. They've been around for a while. And although they no longer, I don't think they have the customer service number anymore if you have any like trouble, but they do have chat options where you can chat with agents and representatives to get your questions answered and to get assistance. So I do like that. One of the cons, though, is that I don't like that they don't have the customer service number anymore. But a lot of companies have moved away from that. So that's a con. I do know like with different e-commerce platforms like GoDaddy, they still have their customer service number. And it's a little bit easier in a sense if you're more of like a over the phone person to get some of your questions answered and some assistance. Also, Shopify is a little bit more on the expensive side as far as their plans. So like I mentioned with the apps, a lot of the apps aren't free. So you'll start at the basic plan, which used to be like $29. I think it's changed now to $39. I'm not completely sure just because I have different apps and I don't really look at the breakdown when I get my statement. It's just like on auto draft. And Shopify charges for like different apps, your monthly subscription plan, and then also it charges for like your shipping if you have that feature set up. So anytime I create a label, it's adding up each label, and I'm being charged for that at the end of the month. So Shopify can be a little bit more on the expensive side when it comes to e-commerce, but I think it's worth it because you do get a little bit of a discount if you're using USPS and you're printing your labels through Shopify. And like I said, all of the different options and the apps, a lot of the apps you can take off if you're no longer using them. But I like the option to have different apps to add to my platform if I choose to, but it's not the cheapest. The next e-commerce platform that's pretty popular for hair businesses is Wix. I've seen a lot of people use Wix. Now Wix is popular because they have simple like setup options for their themes, like you can drag and drop. They do have a little bit of a lower price point, and it's really good for like blogs, like informational sites and blogs. But for e-commerce, I'm still gonna have to say Shopify takes the win with that. Just doing research, Shopify it caters more to e-commerce than Wix does. And some of the cons with Wix is, like I mentioned, they're not as strong for scaling or inventory heavy shops. So if you're looking at tracking your inventory, Shopify also has a good, and this is something I can't believe I forgot, but they have a good like analytics dashboard where you can see really intricate details on what's going on with your store, where your customers are coming from, where traffic came from, what did they click on before they came to your site, what page were they on, how long were they on the page, just different things like that. So it really helps you get an understanding for the pattern of your customers and traffic. And then also they have like an inventory tracking system where you can track how many bundles you have, and you can also upload it to your site where people can see, hey, you know, there's only one more bundle of Mongolian Deep Wave left. I need to go ahead and make the order now. So I like that. Another popular option is Big Cartel. A lot of people use Big Cartel because it's free, but you do have limited options, like limited product options. So you're not able to add just an unlimited amount of products on your Big Cartel website. It's also very simple to set up. And it's good for just getting your feet wet and maybe like doing different side hustles or offering different products just to kind of see how things are going to go. But you do have a limited design options and customization options. And also, it's not ideal, it's not recommended if you're going to be processing higher orders. But that's why I mentioned that it is good for those that are just interested in getting started, getting their feet wet. You don't always have to keep the same platform that you started with. Like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I started with GoDaddy and I switched over to Shopify after I was able to pay for Shopify and to rebrand my business. I switched over because your website presence has a huge, it's so imperative when it comes to attracting people and actually getting people to stay on your site. People care about how the site looks, how it feels, how the navigation is, and there's just too many competitors out there for us to not put our best foot forward. Now, I do understand not having all of the resources or the level with your in your business where you're able to purchase like the best site or the best website design or whatever the website theme. But I'm also a very avid advocate for using what you have to get what you want. So get started. If you need to use Big Cartel, GoDaddy, Wix, whatever, go ahead and use it. And then you have a chance to, continue to rebrand and rebuild, but get started, get the momentum going. And then it's easier for your existing customers to follow you over when you make the switch, when you make the upgrade. Let's see, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I think it was something else I wanted to mention, but I can't remember right now. Oh, I did want to mention that Shopify does have different plans sometimes. I think right now they're offering like $1 for the first 3 months or first month or something like that. And then you start paying for the plan. So just take a look and see, like I said, number one, what kind of aesthetic you're going for. What do you want on your website? Like, what are your most haves? What platform offers that? How much is it going to be? And then take a look at your budget, what you're trying to do, your vision. If you're needing inventory tracking, for the longest, I used my own inventory tracking system. I had it on I had a spreadsheet on my laptop and I just went off of that. But it is convenient to have those options if you want to. So I didn't start off with using all of Shopify's features or their apps. I still don't use all of Shopify's features or apps, but I like the fact that it's there and accessible if I need to. And I love their analytics, like just being able to go in and see exactly what's going on with my website, not just the number of visitors, but actually what they're doing. It lets me know how many people are repeat purchasers, my repeat purchaser rate, and just all of that good information. It's a really cool platform to have. And like I said, this is not sponsored, just giving you my experience on what I've witnessed and why I enjoy using Shopify. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. Leave a comment. Let us know what e-commerce site you're using. Even if it's not one of the names I mentioned, just let us know. I think that would be pretty helpful for people that are interested in starting their hair business or even transitioning their hair business, for us to be able to see what everyone else is using and get a conversation started. I want to thank you all for tuning in, and I will talk to you on the next video. Bye.